whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Please proceed.
Okay. Good morning. We represent the Synergy Consulting Group. First of all, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to work with a brand that has so much potential. Today, you have presented to us a situation, which is to build a brand around the young Windsor sites. Many might see it as a challenge. However, we recognize it as an opportunity that today we can capitalize on. After an extensive analysis of your situation, we have come up with a strategy that we believe we will be able to achieve 50% of return on investment.
So, let's take a look at some of the internal factors associated with your brand. Some of the key strengths that we've identified today is your brand equity. As we all know, it's your 75th anniversary, and you've been a large player in the Windsor market with regards to financial institutions. That leads to my next key strength, your community involvement. MCCCU has been known to be active in the community, helping out those in need, and providing some of its revenues towards the community in the long run. The only key weakness that we've identified with your brand today is the Generation Xers and Yers. Your brand has not had that market secured quite yet. You've had great success with the older markets, the baby boomers, but with the plan we're about to outline for you today, we truly believe that this weakness will be resolved. Taking a look at some external factors, the key threats we've identified is, let's face it, the economy. Windsor is one of the most severely affected cities in Canada with regards to the recession of 2008, and what we've recognized is Canada has been more stable regarding 2008, but the US has had a bit more of a turbulent recovery, and Windsor is very integrated with the US. But the good news is, forecast for 2014, Canada is going to have in excess of 2% growth, and the US recovery is supposed to intensify. The other key threat we've identified is co-opetition. What is co-opetition? It's a blend of the cooperative initiatives between all the credit unions and the competition with those other credit unions. So it makes it difficult for MCCCU to differentiate itself from its competition or, again, co-opetition. The key opportunities we've identified is technology. Why technology? Some may identify this as a threat because our audience is much more fragmented. Well, the way we see it is the audience, now we can get them through several different channels and increase MCCU's reach. And the overall opportunity with it is you can do a whole lot more with a whole lot less financial resources. Another key opportunity we've identified is social marketing. MCCU has been an active player in the community for many years now, has great community involvement, and a pretty good reputation with its existing clients. Let's build on that. Let's expand on it more and leverage that reputation towards other target markets. Building on other target markets, the other opportunity we've identified is a younger audience. Let's go for those Generation Xers and Yers potentially and build MCCU's market share and brand around them.
Now that we have made an analysis of your situation, to make sure that our strategy is likable, memorable, and meaningful to our target market, let me introduce you to our ideal customer. John, he is a young professional who recently graduated from college or university. He has a really busy life, and he also has many concerns because he is currently in that transition from dependent life from his family to an independent life. That's why he is continuously looking at tools that will help him become more efficient and productive. So regarding his concerns, we can find paying off his school debt and also thinking about getting involved in a mortgage in the future. Now, the opportunity that today we have recognized for you today is to reposition MCCU toward the new target market.
Now, let's take a look at the overall market objective that we've outlined for you today with regards to this plan. The overall objective is to increase your revenue through transaction costs, opening new accounts, interest rates, loan arrangements, and etc. To increase that revenue to $18 million over the next 18 months to 24 months.
Now, let's look at the IMC objective. The first objective is around brand awareness. We want our target market to be able to recall and recognize the brand. With unaided brand awareness, we want to approach our customers and ask them, can you name the top 3 financial institutions in the Windsor area? And we believe that with our strategy, 25% of those responses are going to include our brand. On the other hand, with aided brand awareness, we want to approach our customers and ask them, have you ever heard of MCCU? And we believe that 65% of those responses are going to be affirmative. We want to achieve this in a 12-month period. On the other hand, our second IMC objective is around market presence. We want to increase our market presence within 25% of our target market. And how we're going to be able to measure the accomplishment of this objective? By looking at the share of voice. We're going to be looking at mention, shares, and any comment that will include our brand. We want to achieve this in a 14-month period. Finally, we want brand engagement. We want to build a relationship of mutual benefit with 25% of our target market. And because we want them to trust us, because we know that when trust emerges, remarkable things happen. Now we want to achieve this in a 16-month period.
Now, the next 3 slides we're going to present to you have to do with our strategy specifics, and execution, with the costs and times associated. Let's start with strategies. We have 3 core strategies that we're using as one major strategy, being first, communication. Why did we choose communication? Because we need to create that awareness with that younger target audience that we've outlined. It's going to be a blend of non-traditional and traditional channels, your TV, your radio, your print, several other ways. And that's going to be the main driver behind engaging that audience of ours that we're going for. The next key part of the strategy, which works well with the communication strategy and in a great way, is the sales and promotion. You guys already have, your brand already has great sales teams with great customer service that's customized or personalized towards your customers. We want to build on that even more. We don't want this to be some bank that people walk into and just do one transaction and walk out. We want this to be a long-term relationship with your customers going forward with that great sales team that you have. And finally, social marketing. As we all know, you have great community involvement, like I keep mentioning, and we want to build on that even more. We want MCCU to be not only the largest player in the market with regard to community involvement and taking care of its citizens of Windsor, but also use that as a real differentiating point for your brand.
Okay, now let's look at the strategy specific. The creative message that we have come out for you today is MCCU, always watching over you. And to deliver that message, let me start with our communication strategy. So the picture that we want to paint for our target market is, imagine John, he's driving his car, when suddenly his car breaks down. And he's thinking, oh my God, I don't have money, how are we gonna pay this? So when suddenly a business guy from MCCU comes and takes him to our facilities. Now the second scenario that we have is Mary. She's shopping in the mall, one of her favorite dress. When she gives her credit card, the worst word that a woman that can appear for a woman appears, which is decline. So she's thinking of the same thing that John is thinking, like, how I'm gonna pay this. This is so embarrassing. When suddenly a business spokesperson from MCCU appears and take her to our facilities. Now, to communicate this message, we have decided to use TV and radio because we believe that mass marketing will allow us to reach our target market at a broad perspective for our target market. We are also be using place advertising with within transit and social media. We know that many advertising agencies have commonly used this strategy. However, we're going to show you how this strategy can add real value to our campaign. Because, for example, with Facebook, we're going to be able to target our campaign based on interest and geography, in which we're going to be able to reach that segment that we have identified today. On the other hand, we're going to be using the app. an app that we're gonna be developing because we know that nowadays our target market is always on their phones. So we know that if we have that app within their phones all the time, this will be a tool that will help them become more efficient and productive. Now, with our sales and promotion strategy, we're going to be hiring new sales team and continuously train them because we know that our target market are continuously changing in their needs and wants. So we want them to be able to connect with their target market and build that emotional connection with them. And with the contest, what we want to do is to motivate our target market to upload a video in which they are gonna be telling a story, a broke story, in which, for example, they were eating with their friends and he wasn't able to pay the bill. Or another example could be, could you share with me, Dan?
Another example, you're on a hot date with your girlfriend and you couldn't pay for the bill because you didn't have enough money. That's another being broke story.
Yeah.
Mention the whole humorous piece, Diana.
Yeah, sure. So the humor piece is that according to our research, we know that our target market actually is really attract about humor. They are always looking at funny videos. They for the word of entertainment. That's why we believe that with this contest, we're gonna be able to build up a viral marketing campaign. So most of their friends are gonna want to share the videos, and we're gonna reach deliver this message within a broader audience. Now the contest, the 3 most popular videos that we're gonna measure by the views are going to receive the prize of $60,000 to pay off their school debt. Now, with the social marketing campaign, what we want to do is to create an MCCU Christmas fund. With this Christmas fund, we know that in this season of the year is a really emotional season, and we know that there are a lot of expenses that our target market has to pay off. So with the support of MCCU, we're gonna be doing a fund in which after we collect the money, we're gonna be given to a non-for-profit organization that will direct it to our customers.
So let's take a look at our execution and build off of what Diana said. Now, with the communication strategy and all those different traditional and non-traditional pieces, we're looking at $7 million over the next 4 quarters. This is going to be for developing and creating all the campaigns, commercials, and putting them out there through several different channels. Then we have online for the advertisements, social media campaigns and contests, as well as tracking and analyzing, because we want to stay on top of the results of this campaign over the next 3 quarters starting in January. The first quarter, we're going to spend most of our time developing these items. The full-scale banking app, $1 million, going to be launched as soon as possible. Sales team, we're looking to hire about 2 to 3, potentially 4 sales staff, training them and getting them into some of the MCCU main high-traffic branches. And then the contest, including the prizes, $300,000. And the key point is we're launching it in 2nd and 3rd quarter, more so the tail end of the 2nd quarter, just because that's when students are coming out of university and college, and that's also when ex-students may be thinking about their debt as well a bit. So it gives them the opportunity to all apply, and we're all inclusive with these students so they can have an opportunity to win this prize. Finally, for the Christmas fund, we're launching it next year in the 4th quarter, just because of time pressures. There isn't enough time to launch it now, and it will be for next Christmas holiday season to help out those families of Windsor in need. And then we finally have a $500,000 contingency budget, because with our community involvement that we're proposing today, we truly believe we're going to develop some PR opportunities that we could capitalize on over the next 4 quarters. And then, with that all being said, the total is $12 million, 12.1 give or take. And based on our earlier budget of $18 million, that would give you a 50% return on investment overall on the budget. So, let's take a look at where we start today and where we are now. We identified that we have a great opportunity with MCCCU to build its brand around a younger target audience. Through our situational analysis, we've identified several key opportunities within the external market, being technology, social marketing, and the younger generations to leverage those opportunities towards this plan to create that 50% return on investment. And as well as we identified the key target market being the young investors of tomorrow within Windsor, being 25 to 35 years old. Through the strategy that we've outlined for you today, being communication, sales promotion, social marketing, we truly believe that we can execute this plan and achieve that overall objective of $18 million in revenue within the next 18 months to 24 months. That being said, we thank you for your time today, and we'd like to take any questions you may have.